Welcome to another episode of Chat Sports Talk. And sorry for delay, but I've had quite a few stories. I was kind of waiting to kind of see how it pans out. And this one, I think, kind of wanted me to do a little bit quicker than normal. And there's still a lot of moving pieces, but things are starting to shift one direction. Recently, it's been announced or found out that the NHL is actually coming up with two. I don't know why I put up two sets of twos, but two different schedules for next season involving the Coyotes. One has them still staying in the Phoenix metro area, i.e., Mullet Arena out there in Tempe University, a 5,000 capacity stadium that's used to host the Arizona State Ice Devils. And the other location, Salt Lake City, where you have a group up there headed by the former Utah Jazz owners, or excuse me, the current Jazz owners, Ryan and Ashley Smith, to try to say Salt Lake City is ready for the team. The Delta Center is ready to host a NHL franchise until a new hockey-specific arena is built. And he is in extreme talks right now with NHL officials and trying to get either a relocated franchise or an expansion team. And the NHL has already started to do the possibility of the Coyotes not longer playing in Arizona. Yet, there's no current talks between Smith and the current Coyotes ownership. So, there's a lot of things going on that we need kind to dive into. As far as the Coyotes being concerned, they are riding their hopes on a land auction that's going to take place in June as part of a $3 billion development of a 17,000 capacity arena and entertainment district right there off of 410 and the Scottsdale Road, right there, the northeast part of the Phoenix metro area, right next to the city limits of Scottsdale. This area also has zero facilities or utilities running into it, none whatsoever. So that's something else that the owners are going to have to take into account, because it's already stated that Phoenix is not going to pay for anything. State's not paying for nothing. Scottsdale's not paying for nothing to get utilities, i.e., water, sewage, and electric into this area. Not to mention, the mayor of Scottsdale doesn't want this complex built next to his town, his little strip of land. This is a very open land. Arizona Land Trust has control of it. And there's a lot of pockets of the Phoenix metro area that has these untouched resources, shall we say, which allows for other desert dwellers an opportunity to kind of live their lives in a small stretch of land, i.e., your scorpions, your tarantulas, your rattlesnakes. Hinges on them winning the bid, winning the auction for this land, and then able to develop it. Even then, you're looking at another 2 to 3 years before that arena would be ready for the Coyotes to move into. Would the NHL and NHL Players Association continue to allow the Coyotes to play in such a small venue, where you have to jack up your ticket prices for standing room only to watch the team that is on the bottom of the conference, the bottom of the league? It is not feasible whatsoever, and it's just a long list of things that has transpired with this franchise since moving out to the Valley of the Sun. You remember, this is the after the great Canadian exodus of Canadian franchises to America and the American expansion in the Sun Belt. Phoenix and Atlanta are two locations that the NHL really, really, really wanted to exploit, not really exploit, but tap into because they're top media markets, growing cities. And Atlanta got the Thrashers. Didn't work. They had one good season. But for some reason, out in Phoenix, the NHL would not let this franchise die, would not let them relocate, no matter how bad the product was on the ice, how bad the attendance numbers were in Phoenix. Even when Phoenix did have some good runs and got the fans into the seats, it didn't last long. The ineptness of the ownership continued to put foul taste in the mouth of the fans. They rather go watch the Suns play. They rather go watch Diamondbacks play. Heck, they even really rather watch the Cardinals play. And we know how bad a lot of the Cardinals were for a long time. Once the two Kurt Warner showed up, that everyone got back into the Cardinals. But then if you look at their history with the city of Glendale and their stay at the Gila River Arena, not paying the leases on time, taxes, not paying players or staff. I mean, there's a reason why they got kicked out of the Glendale Arena because of all that. And they had a nice arena there. Was it the prime location? Probably not. The prime location should probably be downtown. But sharing it with the Suns will not benefit them whatsoever. I have gone to a hockey game when they were still playing downtown in Phoenix. Not the best sight lines for a hockey game because this was an arena specifically built for basketball. And trying to put a hockey rink in a basketball-specific arena, a little difficult. And the Veterans Memorial is a very old arena that only used for the Arizona State Fair. So not very viable because you have to put a lot of money into it to make it an NHL standard. They burned the bridges in Glendale, Tempe. They didn't want to use taxpayer money to build a whole new arena complex near Sky Harbor and National Airport. I mean, it's just so many things coming into there. And now the owner is looking to buy this land. I think what a 67, 80 something $1 million plot of land. That's like the opening bid is what it's valued on. So see how they bid, because who knows who else is going to jump in on this, and they could lose the bid. And I think the NHL is waiting for this bid to take place to see if they could possibly move the Coyotes out of Phoenix and sell them to the Smith Entertainment Group and move them to Salt Lake City, because they have been pushing since the All-Star break to get the ball rolling. But looking at this scenario, I do think that this auction set for June 27th for this 95-acre parcel of land over there in the northwest or northeast part of Phoenix metro area is actually appraised at $68.5 million. Doesn't mean it's going to be at that price. It means it's going to be higher, because it also depends, like I said, who else is interested in this property. It could be other developers. Maybe wanting to build some more shops or apartment complexes. Even Parsons some homes as well. And they could then hex off each little area and charge even more money and make a profit. So you have those competing ideas right now. Right now, we don't know who else is saying they're gonna put money up front. But if this goes above, I think what they are looking at doing, I think the Coyotes are looking for it to go no more than that 68.5. If it goes start going north of that, that part have to pull out because then that eats in their $2.1 billion project they have planned for it. But I think after the June 27th, I think that's when we're going to find out whether or not the Coyotes stay and play in the Mullet Arena. It's about until the start of the 27th season, which is something I don't think the NHL really wants them to do. But they know they have something in place. They got something working on, and just go from there. That's, not encountering in delays whatsoever. So that's kind of a rush timeline. But the NHL has done last second relocations before, and that's when the Thrashers left Atlanta and had the NHL return to the city of Winnipeg back in 2011. So I think that's what the NHL is doing. They're kind of playing both sides of the coin right now, and kudos for them to think ahead. As of right now, I don't see it going any certain direction because right now there's no talks between the Coyotes ownership and the Smith Entertainment Group, a possible purchasing of the franchise and moving it. And I think it's going. I think it was estimated like a 1.5 billion, which includes a relocation fee, and that will cover the initial purchase price. So it's and the Coyotes are actually valued at like under $700 million, or yeah. So one of the low end values of NHL franchises. So got to pay for it on the high end and hasn't really made a profit yet, and that's just because of where they're at. But we'll see what happens with Gutierrez and the Coyotes. If they're able to win that and they can start construction, have no delays, they should have a new arena where they can drop the puck start of the 2027 season. If not, I can see the push by the Smith Entertainment Group to really start going to Gutierrez. Go, hey, it's not working out there. I have an arena. Sell me the majority of the team. We relocate the team here. You stick around, wait till you make enough money that where you recoup your losses, make a little profit, sell the rest of the team to the rest of the group, and then you can go. I can see that option playing out. And I think the Coyotes moving to Salt Lake City, I think, is more highly probable than not. But this is the little scenario that I decided to really step back into the plate. Like I said, there's going to be a couple other ones floating out there. I think the next one I'm going to be looking at is ACC. That's it's a Kramer versus Kramer divorce story right there. Good grief. There's about taking the Coyotes. I mean, I think that the NHL is playing both sides. They're playing it safe. If they can't win the bid for the land, NHL's got something in place for them to move to Salt Lake City. They've kind of got the road all mapped out. Just a matter of paving it and then going through there. I mean, we've seen last minute moves before. Look at the Baltimore Colts just move in the middle of the night in '84. 2011, we've seen the Thrashers just move up to Winnipeg. So that's the last time NHL relocated. I think it's due for the Coyotes to move. As much as I like the Coyotes, I graduated high school out in the Phoenix area, so I have a little bit of love for Phoenix and Arizona sports, and I know there's hockey fans out there. So we'll see what happens with hockey in Phoenix. I have a feeling that they'll probably end up getting an AHL franchise one point, or ECHL franchise in the near future if the Coyotes leave. I don't know, maybe the Tucson Roadrunners move up to Phoenix and resurrect the Phoenix Roadrunners and make them the affiliate of the Salt Lake Coyotes. Only time will tell. But where do you rank the probability of the Coyotes playing in Salt Lake City next season? I'm going with the 6.5 right now out of 10. So 65%, I guess you could probably say, of them playing Salt Lake City next season. But once again, we'll probably have to look at this in about 2 months' time frame after that auction and see how things transpire from there. And you can probably see a rapid movement of that. I'm gonna try to get another video out in court with the ACC with their messy divorce situation. As we all know, that one's going to be fun to delve into. But hey, if you like the content what I'm doing, especially stuck here towards the end, listening to this rambles of a crazy old man, hit the thumbs up for me. It really helps this channel out. It really helps the video out. It really helps get it out to the masses. Another thing you can do is subscribe. Not many of you do. Doesn't cost anything. Helps me out. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button, click that bell icon, and turn on notifications. Next time I post any more content on my channel. And I will see you next time on Chat Sports Talk.